Top 5 horror movies coming out this year, and I guarantee most of these probably went under your radar. Why? Because we all have life going on. But don't worry, me, right here, I'm here for you. Some of these, number one, I don't think you've even heard of, but it looks very promising, and I'll explain later on. Number 5, Halloween Ends. Why, you might ask? Because Halloween Kills was so mediocre? Because I hope the series ends after this. That's why. And we're all gonna go watch it anyways. Despite Halloween Kills being surprisingly mediocre to some people, we're fans of the Halloween series. We want to see people get murdered, and we want to see how this franchise hopefully possibly ends. Just because we've been following it for so long, it takes us on the journey again of the classic Michael Myers Halloween night, just slashing people up in a variety of different ways. And we are here for that because we are all psychopaths, and Halloween and murder just brings us together, which ties into my number 4 film. These are really in no particular order, by the way. It's just kind of my opinion and movies to be on the lookout for spooky season, right? So Smile, made by Paramount Plus, comes out September 30th, 2022. Forgot to mention Halloween Ends drops October 14th, 2022. So Smile, September 30th, 2022. There's something about taking one of the most precious and lovable things on the planet, like the happiest thing, a smile, and making it kind of demonic for no apparent reason at all. We follow the journey of what seems to be let's call her a psychologist. Some of her patients start getting this demonic smile, and then they got about, a week's time to live. Good luck. We find out later on she gets the same disease or whatever it is. She has about a week's time to live, or she's going to be brutally murdered or killed by some psychopath, by herself, in some treacherous way. Psychology and murder, Halloween, another great combination. I'll be there for it, you'll be there for it. It looks surprisingly good. If you watch the trailer, you were kind of like expecting it just to be mid, and you're kind of like, okay, interesting. This little clip at the end of the trailer where the lady turns her head upside down for the smile. If you watch the trailer, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and you're like, oh, Paramount, this might actually be good. It's either going to be good, or it's going to be complete garbage. I gotta throw it on the list for the hopes that it will be pretty good. And speaking of what I hope is going to be pretty good, Jeepers Creepers Reborn. This is one of those that I was talking about. Maybe it went under your radar, because I forgot about it until I was looking this up for you guys. Jeepers Creepers Reborn is like a 3-day premiere in theaters, right? And it's made not by some indie company, but some smaller horror producing movie company. And that's why I kind of have hopes. This company is kind of on the rise. It's kind of on the grind. They're wanting to prove themselves and make them bigger in a sense. So it looks like they're putting a lot of effort into it. A lot of the horror factors. We follow a group of friends through almost like a cosplay Halloween night, like a carnival and stuff's going on. There's creepy clowns. People are dressed up. Someone surprisingly a murder. You don't know about it until you're getting hacked and sawed into pieces. And then not only do we have the festival, we have this creepy mansion that they're going to be inside of the whole time as well, where you get separated in, brutally murdered. It's what we're here for. We enjoy it. Those of you that like kind of gorier movies, this seems like that's going to be one of those, kind of tied with Halloween Ends. Jeepers Creepers, it's been a minute. It's one of those beloved horror franchises that we're excited about and we don't want to see ruined. And I think this company might do it justice with this film. I don't know. I have hopes for it. You should have hopes for it as well. It should be pretty good. Let me find the release date for you. I'll put it up on the screen so you guys can have all these release dates and know when they're coming out. I'm excited for Jeepers Creepers 2. And my number 2, this one's a little bit different, right? The Menu. It's more one of those thriller horror films, kind of like Get Out, some more like Jordan Peele's, where they're borderline horror, but more psychology and thriller. The Menu follows this couple, right? Going to some exotic meal to celebrate some event with the chef, but something's not quite right. It's got that mystery aspect going on, where what's going on here, it turns into some type of game, but the game is you get murdered. So they're now on the run, kind of trying to survive. Who's really on their side of the good, who's not. Again, the trailer doesn't give too much away. It gives them away enough just to intrigue you, and I think this might actually be a standout this Halloween season, of more that thriller, psychology, less hacker and slasher like Jeepers Creepers, and more what's going on here. I hope they make it out alive, and you're going to be like, don't trust this person. In the theater, you're going to be thinking of stuff in your mind, like, don't trust this person, don't do this, don't go in there. And you're just kind of playing along with them, trying to solve the puzzle, the mystery, the horror feature. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. It doesn't all have to be hack and slash, murder, blood, gore. The Menu. You got my attention. and I will never eat there at that restaurant before. Number one, okay, this is why I'm picking this one. Barbarian. It's just, I watched the trailer, and there's something about it. Two people rent out this house for a vacation, right? Neither of them knew they were going to be there. And Bill Skarsgård is playing one of the main characters in this film. He's one of those actors that picks very specific roles that he likes and gives us all for these roles, which makes me think the script and the performance of this movie is going to be really good. That's a lot of what I'm basing it off of. He doesn't just pick every horror movie role and stuff like that. We got the producer of It coming back for this movie. We have one of the executive producers from The Grudge. Just a lot of people coming together to make some kind of different movie. But these two separate people rent out this cabin in the woods, address 476. Well, that's actually in a town, kind of more abandoned and deserted. And then slowly they keep finding out secrets about this house, this cabin, what's going on. There's trapdoors, there's people locked in the basement. Why is there video camera set up with an abandoned bed? Things start happening, people start going missing. You're going to be in the theater just like, I feel like it's going to be one of those movies where you're white-knuckled for part of it. Just sitting there like, don't go in there. Don't go in there. And then they go in there type of thing. I don't know. Bill Skarsgård, the producers, the trailer keeps you interested. This one is probably the second one I think just went under your radar. Like, if you have not watched the trailer for Barbarian, I would go check it out, and you're going to be like, you know what? I think this might be a pretty good movie. But that's my top 5. Let me know in the comments. Are you excited for these? Or is there something that I completely missed? Because there's some other horror movies coming out this year. If you want a part 2, let me know. Or which one are you most excited for out of this list in the bottom? Barbarian is definitely mine. I want to see Skarsgård again. Take up a horror. Now quit being selfish. Take your fat, chubby ass fingers. Move the mouse. Click subscribe. Because we have a lot more coming your way. And if you click subscribe, your peen will grow about 2 inches.